and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to, I believe this is the R3E3 C3PO pre-commentary, post-commentary for Scrotum America.
We are indeed in real cheese people country.
Dang. I am very attractive, and with me is the man who one day seeks to become a human accordion, Magomegas.
Oh yeah, no, just that thought hurts my my insides.
Your
I'm
boy's
slightly
got some destroyed contrapposto muscles.
I'm slightly high right now, so I take no responsibility for anything that is said during this commentary.
And he is drinking straight grain alcohol to wash down all of the cocaine.
No, just Percocets,
You and Eminem.
Oh. And if Byron makes me laugh, you may hear me go really silent, and that's me rolling around on the floor going, oh, it hurts. We are here at Road America, Real Cheese People, and firearm advertisements aplenty. And we are here for the multi-community GT3, GTE class, so multi-community, multi-class. So a lot of MC around here. And,
MCDC.
you can see the green cars are the GTEs. Those are the Porsches, like the one you're looking at right now. Tobias TH sporting it. And the blue ones are the GT3s, which are more commonly known cars. Callaway C7, Bentley Continental. There's Porsches, BMWs, Mercedeses, Audis. A lot of Callaway C7s, though, which is not surprising because that is the car that is not in the real GT3 game of ACC. Jesus Huerta looks like he's going to be our pole sitter from Tobias TH, Andrew D, Bertrand Barrier, and Aaron Racer. In the GT3 category, it is Ariel Zatoni, Adam Komorowski, Rene Ermer, Martin Edmonds, and Jaime Fordham. I'm assuming it's Jaime because he's from Portugal.
Maybe. Maybe he's from Sweden.
And the Brazilians have taught us that a J is actually an H. You can see the full grouping there. All the way back to Henrik Ermer at the back of the pack.
Is he at the front of the back of the pack or the back of the front of the pack?
He's at the back of the pack.
My goodness.
So this is the third round of the championship. Jesus Huerta leading the way with 2 wins to his name. Josiah Jerome in the GT3 category also has 2 wins to his name to lead the way. So they're looking to continue their utter dominance. Byron, do you think someone will break their streak?
I believe that someone will eventually break their streak.
Of course, we do have the interesting thing with the GTE cars, like this one here driven by Gaston Lecurzi. They have 3 different tire compounds, the soft, the medium, and the hard. It'll be interesting to see how they make use of those throughout the race. GT3, simpler in that regard. It's all just hard tires. They have to pit once for fuel and 2 tires, and that's really it. There's not really a lot to talk about there.
But what if they change 3 tires?
That is impossible. This game allows you to change 0, 2, or 4 tires. Nothing else.
Sounds like they need to work on it a little bit more before they release it out of beta.
It's very out of beta at this point. Try Jesus, because I throw hands.
Very possible. So this is the practice after qualifying after practice?
Mm-hmm.
Don't think they had enough practice?
This is the warm-up, people putting the fuel in, get their tire selection ready, and the GTEs, and all that fun.
Sounds like they're just not practiced up enough.
Oh, I think people are.
Maybe they are slightly out of practice.
We have lost one of our contenders from this series, though, as Alfonso Alexandre has signed out. Most disappointing. And we're missing some big guns today with the likes of John Barker and Luciano Chazo missing.
Should we call the police?
I think that would be an overreaction.
Alert the authorities immediately.
Just looking through here to see if we're missing anyone else interesting. Not really seeing anyone else big. A couple of debuting drivers in the series, but they're guys we've known from the past. Ariel Zatoni's here for the first time. We also have the debuting Mateus Gonzalez from eSports Racing Argentina, and James Butler. Whoa,
Well, that was creative.
Gaston, my friend. I think that's a bad sign.
Or the best sign.
Could be. All right. Grid is forming up. This will be a 90-minute race with one mandatory pit stop.
And it is mandatory that you take a pit stop immediately after starting the race.
I was talking with someone in 3D Speed. I was trying to come up with humorous yet not stupid names for teams. Would you like to hear a couple of my ideas?
You may proceed, and I will deem them pedantic.
So we have the Snapping Beetles.
What?
So they're driving the Porsche, which looks like a smashed up Beetle, obviously, or a stretched out Beetle, obviously. And it tends to snap in certain corners when you put the power on. So the Snapping Beetles. They wanted to go with Smashing Beetles, which, I thought was a bit harsh. I also said dial 911, but that might not work with people who don't know what a rotary phone is.
Well,
Oh, we're
starting
starting
out
up
what a
here.
dial is.
We're going to be on board with Bertrand Barrier, and we got a drive-through penalty for Mateus Gonzalez for jumping the start. Once again, we're going to have this painfulness of all the Porsches being just white and red and not really a lot of variety. It's going to be hard to tell the bar. Oh, somebody is way off there. Not sure who that is. Could be Andrew.
It's probably somebody in a Porsche.
Could have been Tobias TH, I think.
Good old Tobias the.
As I have a minor yawn and feel surging pain through my side.
It's fine. Just put some cheese on it.
I don't think that would help, but I mean, I could go for some cheese. I'm going to turn my sound down a little bit more there. Aaron Racer getting some early track limit warnings as they make their way through turn 5. The track map I have, for the record, has the little kinks and stuff between turn 1 and 2 listed as turns, so that may change what you think these turn numbers are, and I don't blame you. Oh, somebody is way off there. That is Martin Edmonds in the Frickadelli Porsche.
The frickin' what?
Frickadelli, that's the team name.
Is that some kind of obscene pasta?
I think it's just the guy who owns the team's name.
Give me 2 buckets of frickadelli and some marinara sauce.
Sure you don't want the white sauce with the frickadelli?
Wake up with a cannelloni in your bed.
Ow. Oh, God. It hurts.
Well, make it stop.
I need to stop laughing.
Well, I mean, that's not going to happen, so.
I know.
Deal with it.
Yeah, this commentary is going to be 33% me going, it hurts. All right, so Jesus Huerta, Andrew D, Pedro Magalash up to 3rd place. Good job. Tobias TH, Aaron Racer, Kerry Arnaud, Gaston Lecurzi, Large Richard Energy, Richard DeRoche, Arjun Lakshima Rashima, and Max Simmons in 10th.
It's Lakshmi Nakamashi. I didn't see the last.
I think it's Narashima. I think is the last part.
Was it Japanese?
No, definitely Indian. Magic Kazchuk going side by side with Bertrand Barrier for 10th place. One of the GTEs has fallen way back. That is, I think, James Butler, who has fallen back down the order to about 17th place.
Ooh.
GT3s, we got Zatoni, Fordham, Ermer, Fight, Gonzalez, 5th, 6th, Jerome, who has slipped very far back, Vic Vegas, 7th, Catinati, 8th, 9th, McRae, and 10th, Magus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Narashima. So there we go.
That crazy Japanese motherfucker.
Pedro Magalhaes battling with Aaron Racer. It looks like Racer is trying to get around the outside of him. Tobias TH in the background, as well as Kerry Arnault and Gaston Lecurzi. And a car is off. That is Michael Magus. Recovering from contact, his front end looking significantly beat up.
Well, maybe we should go beat him up to make him match his car.
Gaston Lecurzi giving a little shove there to Kerry Arnault, but nothing particularly bad coming from it. Vic Vega with a slow down penalty.
Victor to Norman.
Oh, one of the GTs in the wall there. I don't know who it is. Again, whoever thought to have these GTEs should be fired. Richard DeRoche recovering from...
Is it the R3 GTE or the RE3 E3P CPO GT3?
Just the R GTE.
Wow, laziness.
Aaron Racer looking to get up into third there against Pedro Magalhaes. He's looking down the inside into turn one, but Magalhaes repulses him for now. Or Racer repulses... actually, Racer gets by it, apparently. We actually went to Andrew D versus Jesus Huerta. Good to see Andrew D up there fighting
repulsive?
I said he was repulsed, not he is repulsive.
Is that like the slaves are revolting?
No.
They're also rebelling?
I feel like that's from the French Revolution History Simplified video.
I think it's from a Mel Brooks movie. I just don't remember which.
It might be both. But it's, Your Highness, the peasants are revolting. They're not that bad. I mean, they're a little stinky. The GTEs there going wide. I think that's Tobias TH dropping through the order. And a spin from Kerry Arnault.
Oh no, Arnault.
I don't know about the soft tire choice. I think the mediums might have been the way to go, but we'll see how it pans out. Cole McRae getting a track cut penalty. Andrew D running behind Jesus Huerta. We have not seen what tires Huerta's got on his car. His mediums for D. Riding on board with Gaston Lecurzi, who's come into 5th place now off of some of that carnage. Behind Pedro Magalhaes and Aaron Racer. And in the background there, Barrier and Arjun going side by side.
Is that true? How can you tell?
3 wide coming up.
And they're all going to try and dive into the pit lane
That's
immediately.
Tobias TH in the inside car. We're getting a good view from here. Will something terrible happen on a 3 wide into turn 1? The camera is going to miss it if it does. Looks like they made it through. Tobias TH sniffing down the inside of Arjun, but nothing there. Barrier got past Arjun in that whole thing. Squabble, scramble. These are all good words, I think.
I believe the word you're looking for is catastrophic shitstorm.
Nope, that's not it.
Oh, all right. Well, fair enough.
Ariel Zatoni is well ahead in the GT3 category. Josiah Jerome picking up a slow down penalty, but plenty of time yet. 82 plus minutes. Gaston Lecurzi still on the tail of Pedro Magalhaes, battle for 4th place. Go Pedro!
How can you tell they're all white?
Go Pedro! Pedro's my teammate, so I have no impartiality on that battle.
Pedro, the Pedro, McPedro.
I did enjoy watching Grill the Grid. They were naming all the Formula One world champions of all time, and Mick Schumacher's only concern was, well, I have to at least get back to where my dad won the titles. People were making fun of Max Verstappen for almost missing the 1983 champion as Nelson Piquet. Reason being, apparently, I didn't even know this, but apparently he's dating Piquet's daughter, so that would have been awkward. They will form a super child, combining the Piquet and the Verstappen racing genes, and he will rule the world.
Or at least New Jersey.
Gaston Leclerc looking down the inside. Nothing there. Only one driver, for the record, actually managed to name all the F1 champions, and his name is Sebastian Vettel.
What a nerd.
They were calling it, actually, when they were at the beginning of the quiz. It's like, well, Vettel's gonna win this. He's kind of a nerd, and I mean, it's always good when you're the nerd and you actually deliver. As Martin Edmonds goes around the outside of Vic Vega. So many of these ADAC. Oh no, contact. Vega shoving off one of the other C7s. That is Mauricio Delgado. It did look like there was some connection issues there that may have played a role, but that was pretty ugly. Pick up Steve Davidson. Way too many of the same liveried Callaways. This will be a little confusing, but Steve Davidson currently between Guido Cantonati. I think it's Guido. I'm pretty sure it's Guido. And Adam Komorowski, who started on the front row and is back to 24th place. I wonder what happened to him.
He's dead.
Of course, when I say front row, I mean he started on the GT3 front row, so that was row 8 in reality. But still a notable drop. As Gaston Leclerc tries to get around Aaron Racer and fails for the time being. Or pardon me, defends successfully against Pedro.
He fails successfully.
Go Pedro, go. Andrew D still shadowing our championship leader, Jesus Haueta, who is looking for his 3rd overall win. Trying to think of any interesting MMA news we could talk about, but there's not really anything because there were no fights this weekend.
The Raiders beat the shit out of everybody.
True.
Are they doing preseason stuff for the NFL? Is that what's going on here?
I believe it's preseason, yeah.
Just so they can get some people nice and injured before they actually play football for real?
Well, they always do that.
Dummies.
Generally speaking, the star players aren't playing. It's all people trying to earn spots on the roster.
I would have thought they would have figured that out by now, being a professional league and all.
Well, I mean, there are certain things you never figure out until you go out there and actually play some football. Some things just don't show up. I mean, like, you can tell if someone's fast, but their ability to catch under pressure, that requires some in-game time.
What if they lack the ability to play football?
Well, no one lacks the ability to play football. It's just whether we, play well.
I mean, that Tim Tebow guy, he seemed kind of bad at football.
Hot take. I don't think Tim Tebow was necessarily bad. I just think that you had Tim Tebow, like, big super fans who, like, made him seem like the greatest thing ever, and the pushback led to, like, people calling him bad.
He couldn't throw.
He could throw, but it was an awkward throwing motion. It wasn't great. It wasn't top tier NFL quarterback material. But there have been worse quarterbacks.
I suppose. And they all quit in high school.
I mean, hell, in all seriousness, outside of Peyton Manning, has Denver actually even had a better quarterback than Tim Tebow since?
John Elway.
That was before Tebow.
John Elway Jr. the third.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, you could argue there are, but like Denver's been just an absolute black hole of quarterbacks for a long time.
I don't even know who's played, so I couldn't tell you.
Like in my lifetime, and probably in your lifetime, they've had basically two good quarterbacks. They They've had John Elway and they've had Peyton Manning.
But what about Nick Foles? I have no idea if Nick Foles ever played there.
He did not. Nick Foles is also a weird quarterback.
What about Ricky Henderson?
In the sense that Nick Foles is has some of the greatest games ever, i.e., Super Bowl winning MVP, and at the same time is absolutely terrible all the other times.
Is it true that Nick Foles once bench pressed the entirety of Santiago, Chile?
Probably not, but maybe.
Wow.
Andrew D still shadowing Jesus Huerta as they head into Canada corner. This is the corner that is the closest to you and I being Canadians.
Well, maybe you.
No, I'm pretty sure it's either of us, actually. There really isn't another corner that might be closer to you because look at the map here, because I got the compass on the track map here. All the other semi-northern corners are further east of Canada corner, so they would not be closer to you.
Well, I mean, we've got a hit-to-pass track here in town, so technically,
I meant on the circuit, sir.
Gross.
And
no
in
one
race
does circuits
and
anymore.
in race room in general, because there are no Canadian tracks in race room.
That sounds like racism.
A little bit. Get Mosport in your game, boys. Get Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Get Westwood. Get Mount Tremblant. Trois-Rivières. Someone pay that dude who came up with the Road 1 track back in the day, because that was it was a purely fictitious track that he made that was supposed to be in Winnipeg. And it was really good. It was really, really good. So Huerta and Zatoni continue to be the class leaders. Zatoni's lead is growing. It's up over 3 seconds over Jaime Fordham, so that seems fairly safe. Although Josiah Jerome is coming through the field, and we'll see if he can make something happen. Kerry Arnaud getting up into 6th place. No. Arjun hangs on. Good bit of driving there.
So the white car didn't get around the other white car?
Yep. And Richard DeRoche has a bit of a moment, I believe, that is at turn number 4. Or 5, pardon. So D still shadowing. So it is Huerta, D, Lecurzi, Barrier, Magalesh. That's your top 5 in GTE. In GT3, it is Zatoni, Fordham, Jerome, Fight, and Ermer. Roman Barthez overtakes Kerry Arnaud. Looks like Arnaud had an off there. And he gets overtaken through the kink/kettle bottoms.
Is that like bell bottoms?
It's a section of the track that's just called kettle bottom. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I don't know what the story behind that is.
The kettle bottom jeans and the boots with the fur?
Maybe. Andrew D looking for the lead there briefly, but nothing doing yet. Seems like he's fairly patient to follow. Never mind. As I randomly had a sneeze there and couldn't commentate through the pain.
You'll have to excuse Mike. He's actually dying.
I mean, I hope I'm not dying, but
his ribs are dissolving, and he is transforming into
I'm not gonna
a
lie.
living blob.
Not gonna lie, I woke up at like 2 a.m. last night and thought I was dying. So
he is the dead.
That's the problem. Is that sitting down, perfectly fine. Standing up, relatively okay as long as I'm not like high stepping to go upstairs or something. Lying down, significant problems.
Might I recommend? Weightless suspension field.
What is going on with Aaron Racer? Because he's back in 8th place now. Looks like he's just having the most unreliable day. Has been as high as 3rd. Roman Barthez has lost 9th place to Kerry Arnaud, so probably a minor mistake there. I need someone to give me a view of Max Simmons, because he's probably going to do his typical do not pit until exceedingly late idea, and he better not be on soft tires.
The swaftest of tires.
For those unaware, the soft, medium, and hard references to how hard the compound of rubber that makes up the tires is. Soft gives you the most performance, the most grip, but wears out the fastest. Conversely, hard is your weakest performing tire, but the longest lasting.
So Martin's going to be using nothing but hards.
Well, he's in GT3, so he doesn't have that option.
Well, I think he should probably hack the game file and make it an option.
He was in GTE for Portimao, but I secretly think that he discovered that he could not use the soft tires for very long and gave up on the GTEs. Romain Barthez on the medium tires. Now, in real life, the tires have a color coding, the writing on their sides. Unfortunately, the game doesn't replicate that. It looks like soft tires are white, medium tires are white, hard tires are white. So there's nothing we can go on there. It'd be nice if they implemented something similar to what F1 and other multi-tire compound leagues have done with the color coding. For example, at F1, a soft tire has yellow lettering on it, a hard tire has white lettering, and an ultra soft tire has red.
I think they should just install paint dispensers on the fenders and just color them manually.
That sounds like a plan. Tobias TH is rocking the soft tires. Hasn't really worked out for him. He qualified very high on the grid and is back in 7th. So the gamble maybe not paying off for our German TUGAS driver. Community-wise, it is Andrew D. and Ariel Zatoni leading the way for ESR. I think Zatoni's racing for us anyways. And
the Z-Tone.
And our leaders for TUGAS are possibly Bertrand Barrier, because I don't think Barrier is racing for us. I think he's with TUGAS. And Jaime Fordham in the GT3. And then eSports Racing Argentina, it is Jesus Huerta leading the way, and they really don't have a lot of GT3 help, with Mateus Gonzalez and Guido Cantonetti being the only two running. Josiah Jerome looking for a way around Jamie Fordham, or Jaime Fordham. Fordham is one of just 2 BMWs in the field today.
He's not driving a Ford?
Nope.
What the fuck?
There's no Ford that's legal in this series.
Well, that, again, sounds like it wasn't planned out very well. Next thing you're going to tell me there's no Edsels either.
There isn't.
Wow.
Tobias TH down the inside into turn number 5. Getting the job done against Arjun. And dropping Arjun back to 7th place.
You sure he doesn't have a sister named Tina?
I'm sure. I'm going to check on Barrier's alliance for this series here, because I did see
he has betrayed us.
Yep, he is TUGAS. He has
betrayed us. He shall suffer the pains of the slings and arrows and the yorks of the poorness.
I mean, he may have been with TUGAS for longer than us. So
I have no idea. Yeah.
We don't know. Barrier is a relatively new driver to our series. Doesn't speak particularly a large amount of English.
I believe he only speaks
Martin tends to have to be his translator, as Josiah Jerome takes 2nd place, pushing his way through into turn 8 before the carousel.
Who are you caressing?
Carousel, not caressing.
You're caressing Elle? Does she know? Is she okay with it?
There are certain L's I would like to caress.
Wow.
Josiah Jerome hanging on through the kink and kettle bottoms. We approach the Canada corner. turn 12. And he hangs on still against Fordham. Pit window is open.
And as the saying goes, whenever a pit window opens, another door closes.
Probably not accurate, but we'll go with it. Oh, mistake by Tobias TH. That's going to let Arjun through into 6th place. Possibly Aaron Racer as well. Richard DeRoche fighting with Magic Kazchuk for 13th place. And Josiah Jerome continues in 2nd place. Fordham and Fight in the background, along with Irmer. Riding on board with Tugas is Jaime Fordham. Looking down the inside. That's tight. Come on, camera guy. You can't take us away from that.
And yet
here we are at Kettle Bottoms watching Roman Barthez chase Kerry Arnaud. As Richard DeRoche might have gotten the better of Magic Kazchuk there. Kazchuk is still hanging on, though, as we head into Canada Corner. Josiah Jerome has been passed by Jaime Fordham for 2nd place in the GT3 category. Audi v BMW, probably one of the oldest and most prestigious rivalries on the field. And we go back to Roman Barthez. I feel like Roman Barthez has actually been pretty well behaved in this series so far.
I find that to be interesting.
I find that to be un-Barthez behavior. The Romans would not condone this, Mr. Barthez.
They might just go, "Hey, ciao, bene."
Side by side, heading into turn 1. Josiah Jerome has the inside and the overlap. I think he'll get this done. Yes, he does. And back into 2nd place ahead of Fordham. This is all working to the favor of Dan Fight, who is in the background. Fight, by the way, getting promoted from reserve to full-time entrant for ESR.
Well done. They wouldn't let me enter something about not owning the game.
I mean, technically you do own the game because this is free to play.
All right, this is Race Room. So many different games. I just can't keep track.
You would have to buy the tracks and the cars.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
I know you're not.
And then I do all that, and I'll be told I can't drive the Ford GT.
Well, you couldn't.
See?
There is a Ford GT in the game, though, that is legal in most GT3 series.
What if I drove 3 of them at the same time? Then it's the GT3, right?
Oh. Well, no, it is a GT3 car. That's not the problem. This is not actually a GT3 series. This is technically an ADAC GT series, and Ford does not run cars in the ADAC series.
I don't know what that means. Is that like ANZAC?
So ADAC is what the German automotive federation, basically. And mostly the ADAC GT3 series is German brands with a couple of Italian ones.
Ford's pretty much German.
Not really. But Callaway is, which is the Corvettes, which is why they are legal here. Henrik Irmer has been into the pits. He's your first pit stopper.
But what about a pit sticker?
I don't know. He's going to be asking for a lot, though, from those tires to go over an hour.
Just put on the hards, baby.
Doesn't have a choice. They're all hards for the GT3s.
See? Told you. Strategy's working already.
Arjun Lakshmi running in 8th place behind the German contingent of Aaron Racer and Tobias TH.
What do you think the TH stands for? Thaddeus. Theodore.
Could be Theodore.
Theologian.
Thorin, maybe?
Narasimhan. Arjun Lakshmi Narasimhan. There. Done.
It's a really cool sounding name that I probably will not remember after this race.
I have worked with and been friends with many East Indian people in my lifetime.
Same here. I've never run into that particular combination, though.
Well, Lakshmi is a goddess, so that's weird, but okay.
So you're saying this might be a fake name?
I mean, you tell me. Great Khali probably wasn't that guy's real name either.
No, it wasn't. I actually looked up what his name was at one point. I don't remember what it is now.
Oh, I was on his Wikipedia the other day too. I don't remember.
Never as a man looks so intimidating until you see him move.
Yeah.
Than Great Khali.
Like, no, I could escape that easily. This is like being chased by Jason. I'm just gonna get a cab.
Yeah. Honestly, you could probably even just fight him by hitting him in the leg.
This is true. Go for a single leg, sling him to the ground, run. Don't even bother getting on top of him, just run. Apparently that dude works out like weight training 2 hours a day every day.
Oh yeah, I believe it. He has an amazing physique. Barthez lining up an overtake. And it is successful into turn number 6. 5. 5? Yep.
7.
5.
19.
We probably won't see any overtakes into turn 7, because that's not really an overtake zone.
9.5.
There kind of is a 9.5, if we're being honest, because turn 9 is the beginning of carousel, turn 10 is the end of the carousel, so the mid part of the carousel is turn 9.5.
8.5.
David Feit has found his way past Jaime Fordham onto the GT3 podium for now, but Fordham is right there. They've got Josiah Jerome up ahead of them.
Fordham, just look at him.
As they make their way through turn number 5 and 6 beyond the Corvette sign. I think that's actually a bridge now that I think about it.
A bridge over the River Vet.
Over the River Vet, yes.
A bridge to car.
Bridge to car.
What are they? Off the workshop they had.
All right, do we have a Variety coming on?
Yeah, but I can't figure out what to do with the last word of the goddamn movie title. I've done 2 out of 3, not bad though.
It's better than most get to. Rene Ermer also in the background there in the Porsche. Still pit stops to go. These cars all look fairly intact, so there shouldn't be any particular damage fix. Fordham going down the inside into Canada corner. And gets the job done. Herds David Feit outside and takes the podium from him. For the time being.
The more podiums you get, the more per diem you get. I was trying to workshop a bridge to... Is it bridge to Terabithia?
It is bridge to Terabithia.
I can't figure out what to do with Terabithia. I can't come up with a good car, like, insert 2-3 words there to take up the syllables.
Terabithia. I mean, that's a tough one. That's a long one.
Yeah.
Maybe some kind of Lamborghini car model, maybe, or maybe a Ferrari.
Bridge to the pits area.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Now we're cooking with real cheese people.
Jaime Fordham going for a second overtake here, and of course the camera goes away from it. No offense, Arjun, but I would prefer to be with that battle. Not you versus Aaron Racer, because this has been kind of stat pat for a while. Josiah hanging on against Fordham. Just as I'm saying that, he makes a mistake. Into turn 7, where I said there'd be no overtaking. Aaron Racer is in the wall. And Fordham is off. Contact between Josiah Jerome and Jaime Fordham. I kind of felt that coming because I said that turn 7 was not really an overtaking zone. They tried to go too wide through there, and it didn't work.
But why not?
So I feel slightly prophetic right now.
I bet you could have done it if you had big old monster truck
I
tires.
do like that livery that Adam Komorowski is sporting. That is very cool. As he is going to make his way past Jaime. Oh my lord! Why is Fordham fighting him so hard? These are both TUGAS racers. Gentlemen, play the team game.
Put him in the wall.
There is no way Fordham is going to fight off Komorowski. Like, just no way. You just let him through. So bad bits there for TUGAS. One of the GTEs is off the track there. Didn't catch him. Looks like it might have been Max Simmons. Oh, maybe it was Richard DeRoche. Vic Vega coming into the pit lane.
Word on the street is that Ricardo DeRoche big into safety.
Generally, yeah.
We were having a kind of general comment discussion in the general chat on the Discord, which you should join if you haven't, so I can make fun of you too. And I like to find, gifs of accidents and weird shit happening and things collapsing. And he made some sort of comment about kind of being very enraged when worksite accidents happen.
I can feel that.
Whatever doesn't kill you will bring Richard DeRoche around to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Bring that grande Ricardo energy.
No cry por mí, el Ricardo.
So Rene Ermer somewhere in this has actually gotten ahead of David Feit. Didn't see that, but he is now on the tail of Josiah Jerome for second place.
Is it true that his mother calls him Joseph Saya?
We'd have to ask him.
Joseph Saya Jeromingston.
Vic Vega speeding in the pit lane penalty. Not good for him. Fordham's also been in to fix his damage. And it looks like Richard DeRoche has pulled over to the side of the track and is out of this race. There is Fordham rejoining down a lap.
How long is it going to take that guy to respawn?
Jesus Huerta and Cole McRae having a little side-by-side action. That's under blue flags, but Huerta finds his way through.
So you go head first.
Which guy are you looking to respawn?
Well, I don't know. The guy who went head first into the wall. I mean, what's the respawn timer on this game?
There isn't one.
What?
You make a mistake, you gotta live with it.
That sounds like bad game design. Everything's got a spawn timer. That would actually be kind of funny. It's like, you have a 3-minute spawn timer. No, fuck, I was winning.
Indeed.
Because some guys that are obsessed enough, they take it.
Yup. Roman Barthez battling with Arjun, so a new fight for Arjun. He's fought with almost like everyone in the field today. Somebody off there, one of the GTEs.
Arjun is very rambunctious.
Looking to see who is falling through the order. Looks like Andrew D might have been the one, because he is no longer in the lead and dropping back at a prodigious rate from Jesus Huerta. So our race leader may have been caught up in blue flag traffic and is no longer our race leader.
It is legal to hunt those guys for sport, right?
It is.
Giggity.
Barthez getting very close to Arjun. Arjun took a weird line through there, I'll say that. And Kerry Arnault is now on the back of this fight, making it a three-way.
I gotta say, I think they're all gonna get disqualified. I haven't seen a single fucking indicator used. The police are going to be displeased.
I don't think this game has indicators, actually.
It'd be funny if you just leave the right-hand one on the entire
race. You can do that in ACC. ACC actually does have left and right indicators. I don't think Race Room does. I could be wrong, but I don't think it does. I could boot the game up and find out, but that's about it. Because if you can map a button to it, then it exists.
Blink, 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 blink.
I can't remember who it was. Someone in the ACC race recently did turn their left blinker on and couldn't remember what button it was to turn the blinker off. So the blinker was going all wrestling. Tobias TH overtaking. I think Barthez is in the pits because he is dropping down quite quickly. I imagine that is a visit to the pit lane for Romain Barthez.
You think that David Fight's nickname is Boba?
It should be. Dave, if you watch this, make it happen.
You're welcome.
As Rene Ermer makes a mistake and lets Dave up onto the podium. You see, look at that. We came up with a suggestion and Rene Ermer instantly made a mistake. Instantly didn't like having Boba on his tail. This reminds me, I love the robot chicken Boba Fett. It's maybe the greatest creation from robot chicken.
What about the actual chicken that's a robot?
No, it's definitely drunk Boba Fett. Including Boba Fett's dream while he's in the Sarlacc pit of killing everyone and being like, "Oh, look at this, a blue lightsaber and a red lightsaber. What happens when you put them together? Purple rain." Kerry Arnault looking to get through. I don't know why I'm telling jokes. I'm now in great pain.
Hold on while I have the NASA shark overlay applied to Race Room.
Nope.
I'm going to have some custom livery and it's all going to be NASA shark.
Nope.
I'm just going to get ahead of you and stay there.
Nope.
I'm going to get good enough just to get ahead of you, and that's all.
Nope. It's not happening. Not happening.
Goddamn NASA.
Not happening. You will not tell anyone about NASA Shark.
I just did, but they don't know what it means.
Yeah, well, I mean, now the seeds in their head, but they don't know. They don't know.
And they will never know.
There are certain secrets that we keep.
Somebody's car alarm's going off.
Cole McRae's been into the pit lane. And has picked up a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. Not good. Barthez did not pit when I thought he did. He just fell down through the order, so now he's got to work his way back up. He's behind Arnaud and Lakshmi. And now he's in the pit lane. Oh boy. Oh boy. Someone else coming into the pit lane as well. Don't know whom that is, but we'll see who drops through the order behind Barthez. It might be James Butler. So we've lost one car so far. That is Richard Durocher. And we are approaching the halfway mark of the race here. Kerry Arnault going on the attack against Arjun Lakshmi. And goes way too deep and is going to lose a spot. Aaron Racer might get them both. And in fact, he does. Aaron Racer poaching on that like a proper opportunist right there. Oh, actually, the MMA news for the week, Jacare has officially retired from MMA.
No, that's probably for the best.
Probably, after he broke his arm and lost to Andre Muniz, yeah. Says he's going to go back and do some jiu-jitsu.
That's pretty cool. He is fairly good at the jiu-jitsu.
Indeed. Top five jiu-jitsu guy all time, I would say.
Him and the Boogeyman and other people.
I don't know if I put Boogeyman on quite the same level, to be honest, as Arjun gets repulsed by Aaron Racer for 7th place.
What about the greatest grappler of all time, Chael Sonnen?
Oh God, no. Chael Sonnen's terrible.
The man who never met a submission he couldn't just give up a whole fight to.
Pretty much. I have never understood Chael Sonnen's submission defense.
I don't understand how he ever won a fight, to be honest with you.
Powerful wrestling.
Which takes you right into the realm of grappling.
Yeah, but not a lot of people really have a great off. Like, if you look at who submits Chael Sonnen, they're all people who have actually pretty good off their back games. So it's not like random Joe Blow could submit Chael Sonnen. You got to have some talent.
I think you just need a training camp that's going to be, all right, he's going to take you down, so we're going to work off your back your entire camp. And then you win.
Arjun battling still with Aaron Racer, still looking to get back into what is now 4th place, actually. As a couple of GTEs have been into the pit lane, I think. Tobias TH, Pedro Magalesh, and Bertrand Barrier, I think, all in. Approaching the halfway mark, so I imagine we'll see a rush of pit stops as we continue on. Rene Ermer picking up a spot over David Fight, who looked like he made a mistake. Max Simmons is my pick for last person to pit. Do you have another candidate, Byron?
No, not really.
Oh, contact off of pit lane.
Hell?
Tobias TH getting thrown into the wall.
And then almost fucking takes that guy out.
Indeed.
Sir, we have rules here.
Well, he got punted, so I can't blame him for the initial problem. That is whoever is behind whoever is there lapping Michael Magus and Jaime Fordham. Don't know who that is. As Mauricio Delgado drops into the pit lane along with a car of identical livery. I think that is, where is Delgado? Where are you, Mauricio?
Mauricio.
Might be Mateus Gonzalez. I guess I have no idea what livery Gonzalez is running.
Mauricio from Barcelona.
On board with Michael Magus. P13 at the moment, behind Jaime Fordham. Both of them have made their pit stop. As we pick up Magic Kazchuk running long against Max Simmons. Both class leaders have yet to pit. Huerta is still out there, as is Zatoni.
As is the killer.
Who's the killer?
I don't know. That's the whole mystery of the movie. You don't know till the end.
Looks like
Arjun's the killer's still on the loose. It's probably one of them 2D people in the background.
Could be.
Hiding in plain sight.
Actually, I've noticed lately that Raceroom's upgraded their Marshall model. They're actually like semi-3D now.
Oh, I don't want that. I want them to be even weirder and like more 2D.
The crowd is completely 2D, but the Marshalls have picked up their game a little bit.
Not only do I want the crowd to be 2D, I want them to swivel to follow cars, like as if they were just some sort of like range target.
They did that. You know what? I was watching the intro for Formula 199. I completely forgot that they actually had spectators that followed the action. Like,
that is hilarious.
But the spectators were literally just top hats.
That is also hilarious.
It was just a crowd of top hats that would actually watch the car. It was pretty awesome. I'll send you the video. And I'll see if we can link it up in the bottom. That was one of my favorite racing games back in the day. I feel old, of course, because it's a 22-year-old game, but I really liked it. It's a shame that the company that made it no longer does racing games, because I think they would have done great work. But once they lost the Formula 1 license, I think it was the end for them.
Well, I mean, you just got to get the higher league. You get Formula 2. That's the next step up.
Formula 2 is actually the lower league.
That doesn't make any sense. Mathematically, it is superior.
It goes Formula 1, then Formula 2, Formula 3, and Formula 4. There is no Formula 5, to my knowledge.
Formula 19. And Dan Tictum can't race for shit in any of them.
Dan Tictum can race. He's just gonna whine on the radio and complain the whole time.
Hashtag fuck Dan Tictum.
Someone has actually put up a fuck Dan Tictum video. I'll have to find it if I can find it. It's from the Spa Francorchamps race last season where he got taken out by Roy Nissany. And he's going, I don't know what I've done to deserve any of this. And then it just goes to him driving through like 10 cars and to crash into the guy who punched him under safety car conditions.
Yo.
And it's like, really, you don't know what you did, Dan.
That should be mission 1. If Dan Tictum's in your race, mission 1 is to cripple him for life. The car, just the car.
Just the car. I was gonna say, I don't know if I want to go that far.
Just cripple the car for life. So they have to spend money on buying a whole new car every single race, and then they just drop Dan Tictum.
Not really talking about positions here until the pit stops kind of shake out, because it's a little bit hard to tell who is where right now.
I mean, all the white cars are winning, so.
Yeah, it is a Porsche that is definitely winning, and it is a white Porsche that is definitely winning because, well, it's going to be a white Porsche that wins.
These are correct statements. So I've started, I told you this yesterday, but I started a new game plus on Horizon Zero Dawn because I beat the story mode.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just absolutely ruffle stomping everything. It's not even...
You are destroying all that is good in the world.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of funny because now that I've gone through all the story and I know sort of most of what is where... Actually, there's one part I missed because there's one little village I didn't get to, so there's a bunch of little side quests I didn't do. So this random, at the end, all of the people that you've met throughout the game show up and to help you with the final battle. And there's this one person who's like, I don't know who you are or what you're talking about. I do not remember. Oh, maybe this is somebody early in the game and I just don't know. It turns out I just never went there. So
it'd be smart if that person didn't appear.
There's a lot of that, actually. It's very well made in that regard. If I've been adventuring and I happen to have the, hey, I needed to go kill this thing and get a part, if I already have that part, regardless of if I did it in that area or not, the cutscene, it doesn't even stop. The cutscene just flows into like, oh, they've got a little interstitial cutscene in the cutscene going, oh, I've already got that part. Here you go.
By the way,
fucking well done.
Speeding in the pit lane penalty for Steve Davidson.
Who do they think they are? Arjun Lakshmi Nashaman? God damn it, it went off the screen. I couldn't fucking... I don't have it memorized yet.
Contact between Komorowski and Butler.
Who's from Komaro?
That will slow Butler down and he loses a spot. Or maybe just got unlapped by... Or someone got their lap back. I'm not sure which. We've lost Cole McRae somewhere in the shuffle. I think he's 5 laps down. So
Crail McCoy. That kid.
The race.
That Crail McCoy kid, I don't know about him.
Too swole Cole McRae.
That is correct. He needs an analgesic to bring the swelling down.
So down to 27 cars still running. Still waiting on 6 pit stops. We got Andrew D, Gaston Lecurzi, Max Simmons, Rene Ermer, Adam Komorowski, and Guido Cantonetti. Tobias TH looking to make a move on Roman Barthez.
In the end.
In the background, Rene Ermer is there, but that's a GT trying to unlap him or trying to lap him. that is doing battle with him. So that would be Kerry Arnaud.
Oh yeah, Arno.
Actually, that is a battle for position. It's just that Irmer hasn't pitted, so old tires and not in the same class. He will probably have to give way like it's effectively a blue flag.
Give him the jukes.
Slow
Spin him
down
off into
penalty
the
for
wall.
Jesus Huerta.
Oh, I did learn one thing about my
And it
new
looks like
playthrough.
race leader Andrew D is in the pits.
D, nice.
That'll
I did
hand the
learn
lead
one
to
new
Gaston
thing
Lecurzi.
about my new playthrough is that one particular group of these giant robo beasts are particularly susceptible to fire, and I just didn't know that.
Oh,
So
Adam Komorowski in
should
the
be
pits.
even easier.
Every time I see Adam Komorowski's name, I think that like I know someone with that name. I can't place it.
It's he's Dark Eldar. He's from Kamara. It's Kamarovsky.
Indeed. The denizens of Kamara.
Correct.
Delicacies of pain and turning humans into furniture.
And pastries.
As Tobias TH tries to go around Roman Barthez into the carousel. But Barthez gets the inside line and will hold 7th place for now. See what they can do into kink and kettle bottoms.
Wow. Kettle bottom jeans and the boots with the fur.
So this is kettle bottoms here. And it leads into Canada corner. Pedro Magalesh just pips Adam Komorowski, who's coming off a pit road. Still yet to pit, Lecurzi, Simmons, Irmer, and Cantinati.
Is he a Cantinetti or a Cantinetti?
I don't know. You'll have to ask it.
We'll find out today. We'll find out if he can or can't.
I'd say right now, he can. Roman Barthez on the tail of Tobias TH with the soft tires. No rule on what compounds you have to run, so you could run soft or medium, hard, soft hard, whatever you think is going to be the fastest.
One of each, please.
Kerry Arnaud also in the mix.
Just go into the pits and hit random. They'll put one of each tire on your car.
Riding on board with Kerry Arnaud in 9th place right now, although I think he's effectively in 8th because I'm pretty sure he's ahead of Max Simmons when Simmons pits. Simmons is going to continue on and lead the lap as Gaston Lecurzi makes it into the pit lane. Or actually, it looks like Simmons is pitted, so it looks like they're both in there. Yeah, Huerta overtakes them both. So Simmons is not our last pit stopper. We still got Rene Irmer out there as well as Guido Cantinati. That is Cantinati right there. I would think he really would want to get in the pits. He's got a very banged up front end.
You think Fox is going to get that kid his own show? He have his own theme song? Be like, The Simmons. Do 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 do.
I mean, possibly. It could be a show all about making your fuel last a really long time and not really having a lot of strategy. It's Gabriel Cantinati. I'm sorry. I've been calling him Guido this whole time.
Wow. Just because he's from Argentina doesn't mean he's necessarily full-blooded Italian, okay?
I thought it was. I apologize. I profusely apologize.
They all generally are, but it's, some of them are German.
I profusely apologize, Mr. Gabriel. Gabriel wouldn't really fit either. The German or Italian stereotype.
Well, that's what you think.
It would more suggest that he's part Italian, part Argentinian.
I believe that perhaps he is Swiss.
Ooh. The cheese or the army?
Could be.
Or the banking system?
I mean, that's all Swiss. You gonna say cuckoo clocks and chocolate next?
I was thinking chocolate, but not so much cuckoo clocks.
Wow, I thought we were on regional stereotypes here.
Ariel Zatoni continues to lead the GT3 category as he finally overtakes Rene Ermer as Ermer makes his pit stop. Adam Komorowski being held up by Cantonati at the moment. I'm surprised Cantonati has not hit the pit lane earlier. He's got a very banged up front end. There he goes. So he's heading in. He is the last one. I'm very surprised because he's been sporting that broken front end for a long time. Racer running in 10th place. Been a bit of a rough day for him. So now that we've had pit stops, let's do the rundown. Huerta leads the way from Magalesh. That early pit stop he took is working out nicely. Andrew D in third from Lecurzi, Barrier, Tobias TH, Roman Barthez, Carrier no! Going around the outside of Roman Barthez and takes 7th place as I got to that section of the standings. Arjun Lakshmi is in 9th place, followed by Aaron Racer. And then in the GT3 category, it is Ariel Zatoni, 11 seconds ahead of Josiah Jerome and looking to end Jerome's winning streak. Rene Ermer in 3rd, Martin Ebensport, David Feit in 5th, 6th to Komorowski, 7th to Delgado, 8th to Gonzalez, 9th to Davidson, 10th to Catanati. And it's interesting to note, Catanati apparently did not change tires at his pit stop, and in fact, is facing a no pit stop penalty.
Okay.
That'll promote Jaime Fordham into the top 10.
Not if he finishes Ultra first.
Probably will also promote Mike Magus, Henrik Ermer, and Vic Vega in the spot.
Victor Vega, that kid has been in last place for 17 years.
I think he's only a recent addition to last place, actually.
These are possible truths. But what about that Crail McCoy kid?
Well, he's out of the race.
What a quitter.
Getting conflicting reports out of the pit lane that he may have had engine damage or that he may have rage quit after getting a penalty. I'm not sure which. Magic Kaschuk and Max Simmons still scrapping it out for 12th place.
That is quite a dichotomy of different possibilities.
All depends who you believe in the pit lane. Mauricio Delgado, slow down penalty for track limited use.
I believe that Crail McCoy may have had a gopher stuck in the tailpipe, and they had to wait for the Humane Society to show up.
You might be right. Arjun Lakshmi battling with Aaron Racer there. Trying to get on through into 9th place. There is Jaime Fordham fighting with Gabriel Cantonati. Cantonati, of course, facing that no tire change penalty. Michael Magus in the background there, as well as some of the GTEs coming on. Lakshmi remains in 10th place with Aaron Racer defying the Indian deity.
Michael, is it true that you abused a netcode hack to only have one tire put on your car?
No. Actually, I have no idea why you'd want to do that, actually, because you really do want the fresh tires.
Save on time.
Yeah, but the car would not be handling very well. Okay, so I'm going to pull the curtain back here. At the time of my pit stop, which was around the halfway point, my tires were all pretty much yellow and losing grip pretty rapidly. So, like, the idea of not changing all 4 of them really wasn't an option. Admittedly, I found in the second stint, again pulling the curtain back here, that it was better because my car wasn't damaged, which it was for most of the first section. Andrew D moving into second place, overtaking my teammate Pedro Magalesh.
Bet you those hiccups are comforting.
No, they're not. They're not.
It's like a gentle massage.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
It's just helping the ribs settle back into place. It's fine.
No, it's not. It's nothing good about this. Pedro Magalesh in third place. Cantonati is dropped behind both Fordham and Magus. I imagine he is not feeling great right now with those tires from the start of the race still on that car. Max Simmons looking to make a move down the inside into turn one against Magic Kazchuk. Nothing doing this time. They're behind Jaime Fordham, but ahead of Michael Magus here, who are in a battle for, I believe that's 10th place in the GT3 category.
And you should be able to overtake Michael Magus because he can't move the steering wheel due to his destroyed contrapposto muscles.
It was not pleasing to do it. I'll tell you that. There was, particularly speaking, churning into Canada corner was not a happy time. Not a happy time because you got to bring the wheel way around there, and it was not happy. It was not happy. Good thing we weren't in Monza. That would have been worse. Oh Lord.
But then you get free mozzarella sticks with every lap you do.
Monza and Brands Hatch are like my curse tracks. Monza is, of course, the track where the Mio bucket was born. Me, having a gastrointestinal issue mid-race. And, of course, Brands Hatch being where I broke my pedals. Max Simmons desperately trying to find a way around here, but he is surrendering the inside line into Canada corner. Still get it done. See if Magic Kazchuk can out-grag him out of the corner, and the answer is no. Max Simmons gets ahead.
What was this about Michael Krabchuk?
What do you mean, Krabchuk?
Oh, never mind. I must have misheard that.
Gaston Lecurzi versus Pedro Magalesh. So Pedro managed to get ahead with that early pit stop, but now is falling back, so I think maybe his tires are going off.
He should have gone with the concrete tires. They're the hardest.
They are the hardest. Some lap traffic getting out of the way there of Max Simmons and Magic Kazchuk. Probably Mateus Gonzalez, if I were to guess. Yep. And they'll be up on Mauricio Delgado fairly shortly. There is a good 4-second deficit between the two classes here, so before the end of the lap, they will be there. Movers and shakers today. Not a lot. There's mostly people who are only like a couple of spots up from their starting position. So there's not a lot of huge moving and shaking going on. Mauricio Delgado's had a pretty solid run up to 7th place in the GT3 category. I think he's the biggest mover. Michael Magus now smelling the gasoline of Jaime Fordham's BMW M6.
That's not healthy.
No, it's not.
What about that Crail McCoy kid? He got moved and shaked.
Well, he did. He did. You can see Mike Magus's car is winking at people. The headlights out. Pit window is closed, so Cantonati will be taking a penalty. Mike Magus going down the inside of Jaime Fordham. Here we go. Into turn 1. And Fordham aggressively shuts the door. One of the GTEs off. That's Arjun Lakshmi. That'll probably drop him out of the top 10.
If somebody's really good at using that car, whether you call them GTEs.
Oh, that's a good one. I like it. Let's see if Magus takes another look here into turn 5. Going for it down the inside. And we go to a blue flag instead. It's Arjun Lakshmi, and I don't know who is the Corvette that he is trying to lap there. Mike Magus has gotten ahead of Jaime Fordham into turn 7? 7, I think.
15.
There is into turn 15, so it's definitely not that.
Track not long enough. Scrap the entire thing.
There are 14 turns here. Slow down penalty for Henrik Ermer.
Oh, that reminds me. There's an album I have to check out.
Oh, would you care to share with the class?
It's a rapper from England. He goes by the name of Slow Tie. He is of Thailandese extraction.
Jamie Fordham going down the inside of Canada corner. Magus hangs on, showing that this is my corner.
I think he came up with the name Slow Tie because he was bad at school. And so he's like, fuck you, I'm gonna make this successful anyway.
Could be. Oh, bare knuckle fighting news. Diego Sanchez has signed a contract. He is apparently going to fight another legend, assuming his medicals come back clear. And the theory is that it's going to be Diego Sanchez versus Chris Lieben.
Oh, interesting.
Magus hangs on for the time being.
That old Christopher Liebenstrom.
Against Jaime Fordham for 10th spot in the GT3 category. Both these guys probably felt like they had bigger things planned today. They both started well in the top 10, and they're fighting for a top 10 spot as Bertrand Barrier loses it in Kettle Bottoms. And smashes the car up. Once again, back on Jaime Fordham.
Fordham and the drivers of the race and stuff.
Kerry Arnaud catching up to Tobias TH, who is trying to navigate some blue flag traffic there in the form of Adam Komorowski. Kerry Arnaud is rocking the hard tires. Interesting. Apparently wasn't happy with the tire life on the first run. His turn to take a crack at the Bentley Continental of Adam Komorowski. As Magic Kazchuk gets caught abusing track limits once again.
What a cheating bastard.
Aaron Racer on the tail of Roman Barthez, one of our favorite guys to commentate.
I mean, sadly, he hasn't done anything rambunctious today.
Yeah, not really. It's been a real quiet day for Roman Barthez.
Either that or he's just done it off camera.
Off camera, which might be the best way of doing it.
That's the way I like to take care of business. He crippled me for life. Nobody saw it.
We haven't seen anything particularly terrible on camera, to be honest, here today.
I would like to encourage everybody to do something particularly horrible to somebody.
We did see a little bit of contact in pit row. That's never terribly great. We saw a side-by-side to turn 7, which is just a bad idea. but we didn't get to see if anyone was really at fault for it.
We got to see your boy Tobias get, like, ramshackled.
Oh.
Was he coming out of the pit lane at that point? I don't...
He was coming out of the pit lane. Yes.
Hilarious. Dude, you have to obey the merge sign. Come on.
That was the pit limit contact, or pit lane contact I was talking about.
Sir, the rules of the road is you have to merge with oncoming traffic, okay?
Well, he got hit from behind, actually, so I think that was more the problem.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably 99% Richard DeRoche's fault.
Aaron Racer overtaking Roman Barthez. Just caught the end of that there. Or no, Arno's not on the hards. Who was it that was on the hards thing? Because I thought it was Kerry. He's on softs. We definitely saw one of the GTEs on the hard tires.
Carry me, carry me a little farther.
Arjun Lakshmi looking to make a move on James Boutelier.
Who's the Narasha man with the master plan?
And it is going to be Arjun taking 10th place. Back.
And fourth.
A couple of slowdown penalties being handed out. Kerry Arnaud as well as Aaron Racer. So with 15.5 minutes to go, it's Huerta on pace for his third consecutive win ahead of Andrew Day and Gaston Lecurzi. And it is Ariel Satoni on the path to a debut win ahead of Josiah Jerome and Rene Ermer.
Rene Ermier.
Rene Ermier, ce soir.
Oh.
Some blue flag traffic going through there. Not sure who the black Callaway is. There are a lot of candidates. Again, a lot of C7s in the field today. Butler getting a run there as Arjun goes wide into the kink and kettle bottoms. And it looks like this might go the way of James Butler. We'll see if it happens through Canada corner as well. Adam Komorowski on the tail of David Fight. Battle for 5th place. So let's see. ESR update. Andrew D, 2nd place. Pedro Magalesh, 4th place. Kerry Arnaud, 7th place. James Butler, 10th. Max Simmons, 12th. And Magic Kashuk, 13th. That's the GT3 contingent. In GT3, it is Ariel Zatoni and Josiah Jerome leading the way for us. Go, team, go. Martin Edmonds is in 4th. And then David Fight in 5th. 7th for Mauricio Delgado. 8th for Steve Davidson. Pardon me. 9th for Steve Davidson. 10th for Michael Magnus. That is the ESR update.
You tell him, Steve Dave.
Adam Komorowski for Tugas looking to make a move on David Fight.
If that guy wins a race, would that officially be fight night?
Yes. David Fight going wide there. Komorowski's got to run.
Komorowski runs.
Kind of being short-circuited, though, by the battle between Aaron Racer and Roman Barthez, who are scrapping very hard for that 8th place. And that is going to let David Fight get away for now. Spin around for Henrik Ermer. So that's who the black Corvette is. Fight gives way to both Barthez and Racer. Racer trying to go around the outside and into Canada corner. Barthez getting physical and shoves him wide. That might be worth a look for the stewards. Komorowski, in the meantime, with the overtake.
Mike snitching people out. Or are you the steward?
I'm his assistant.
This is his assistant snitch.
Can't imagine it'd be any great penalty, but that did look some aggressive defending.
You would be
by,
fined
Roman
$5 and some Twinkies.
We'll see. We'll see. Arjun Lakshmi looking to overtake or defend against James Butler. I think he's defending, actually. You know, that is Butler in the other car. And Kerry Arno on the tail of Tobias TH. Butler's still on the tail of Arjun Lakshmi. This is a bit of a surprisingly good battle between these two for a number of laps since the pit stops.
You mean since they both ran out of ammo and don't have anything else to throw out the window at each other?
Pretty much. Their death race without the sword icons.
Boring.
I actually finally watched Death Race Inferno the other day.
Which one's that? The fourth or the fifth one?
That's the third one.
Oh, who's in that one?
Dougray Scott and the guy from the second one, Luke Goss.
Goss, yeah. Sounds familiar. I might have seen that one.
It's got Danny Trejo in it.
Good old Daniel Trejo.
It was okay. Kind of took it to like a rally setting as opposed to a race setting, which was interesting.
I've been working my way through the American Ninja movies from the 80s. They're not great, but I feel the need
most
to
things
watch
from the
them
80s were not great.
Well, it's just like they try to make a star out of a Michael Dudikoff, and it should have worked, but they hired all the worst bit actors, and they didn't have any. I don't think they had a fight coordinator. They just sort of.
I think something that is very underrated in movies is fight choreography and TV shows. I was trying to explain to someone why I didn't like the Batwoman TV show kind of recently, and it was a big part of it was, well, number one, it's written very poorly, acted very poorly, but number three, the fights are really not very good.
Yeah,
and I kind of pointed out that Tobias TH going sideways. I was trying to kind of make it clear why like a female led movie was always going to be a little bit harder to do action wise. Not impossible. I want to make this clear. Not impossible. There are many good ones. But I use the example that like if you had Kevin Hart and Dave Bautista as your two stars, it would be incredibly easy to direct a fight scene where Dave Bautista beats up Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to do Kevin Hart beats up Dave Bautista. You need competent fight choreography and storytelling for that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want the best female-led action, well, I don't know, psychological action, whatever you want, but action fight scene oriented, starring a lady, it's Atomic Blonde.
That was very good. I don't know if I put that number one, but it's definitely S tier.
If that's not number one, I don't have no clue what would make it over that.
To be honest, Haywire with Gina Carano was actually very well done. The movie itself, not great. Do not watch for like the story or the acting or whatever. It's not well written, but the fight choreography is spectacular.
I have not watched it, mainly because it had Gina Carano in it.
She's not the problem particularly.
Yeah, I liked her in the Boba Fett show.
Mm-hmm. She was good in Deadpool.
Oh yeah. Didn't have very good lines. Like whoever wrote for her character, not a good job.
Well, they didn't really write character, to be honest. Haywire feels like they thought that they're like, okay, we got the MMA girl as a lead star. She can't act, so we need to like really simplify the writing and everything. And it's like, well, you're just shooting yourself in the foot here.
These are
because like even people like Michael Fassbender who are in it and Antonio Banderas, like they don't get anything to work with even. So like even the supporting cast really doesn't get to shine. But like I said, fight choreography very good.
Take a look at this choreograph. Every time I watch it, makes me laugh. Yeah, the American Ninja movies, they do like this almost stop motion. The fight extra is there, it does the move, and then it takes a while for somebody to do anything. So he's stuck
James
there with a sword
Butler
in the air.
looking to make a move on Arjun Lakshmi for 10th place. I feel like the camera could just probably stick with these guys the rest of the way, and there will probably be nothing but action. But there is other action to look at, like Magic Kazchuk versus Max Simmons for 12th place. Sadly, the race wins seem largely academic right now. Ariel Satoni is 21 seconds ahead of Josiah Jerome. Andrew D is closer to Jesus Huerta, only a little over 5 seconds apart, but that's still going to be hard with what's probably about 3 to 4 laps remaining. So it's more the minor cut battles that get a chance to shine, which is perfectly fine by me. We got Arjun versus Butler. We got Simmons versus Kazchuk going down to the wire. We've got Barthez versus Racer going on real well. We've got a good fight going on kind of simmering between Mauricio Delgado and Mateus Gonzalez. Same with Jaime Fordham and Mike Magus. Butler looking to try and make a move again. And there is Kazchuk looking to get past Max Simmons. The long run has not worked for Simmons, but it hasn't hurt him either. So he's done okay. Into turn 1, good overtaking opportunity here, but Simmons has got the inside line, which is very powerful through there.
Strong like bull.
Yes. You can call it the bull line.
I will not.
I mean, I would. Magic Kazchuk is got a run out of there into the Moraine sweep. They're going to be actually replicating that side-by-side action there between Butler and Lakshmi.
The side-by-front by Ichla.
Kazchuk appears to have briefly gotten ahead of Simmons, but Simmons takes it back, so it's probably a side-by-side through... Yep, there it is. Through turn number 5. Simmons looks quite uncomfortable through turn 6. That might be something that Kazchuk can use to his advantage if he wants to pass up an attack at turn 5 and position for an attack at turn 6.
You should definitely position for an attack at every turn.
No.
Every single attack. It's the Roman Barthez strategy.
Quantity does not override quality. I think
Wrong.
If you attack at every turn, you actually make it easy to defend against you because the leading card knows what you're going to do.
Well, then you got to attack at every turn and every straightaway. Never stop attacking.
You want to pick where the opponent is weak. See, like right there, you see Arjun getting a little bit out of shape through turn. I want to say that is turn 13. And as a result, that could be a place for Butler to attack.
Are you fucking with your steering wheel?
Nope.
Sounds like you're trying to steer something.
I have no idea what that sound would be, though.
Probably your whole desk about to collapse again.
No, that's never happened. The shelf beside my desk collapsed at one point. That was a bit scary.
It's all coming out.
No, like one of the I don't know, like it just had DVDs on it, but one of the shelves just collapsed. I looked over, it was one of the one of the little pin things that holds it up. Mm-hmm. That it had broken. Like it broke in two and it fell. Yeah.
It's because of your anger.
I don't know what caused that. James Butler squeezing through. Oh boy! And a huge mistake by Arjun Lakshmi into turn 5 opens the door and Butler takes it. Completely unforced error from Arjun Lakshmi there. And that has got Butler ahead. Michael Magus, by the way, getting a slowdown penalty for continuing to abuse the track limits, as do Ariel Satoni and Aaron Racer.
I'm going to have you reported to the authorities.
Lakshmi is on soft tires. I wonder if his tires are just gone.
No, they're still attached.
Well, they're there, but I mean, like, the grip levels.
Well, you just got to drive even faster, and therefore the liquid coefficient will let you hydroplane throughout the entire course.
He's making some mistakes that are just not very... They're not what I associate with Arjun. So either he's unsettled or the car just isn't responding like he wants it to right now.
I believe he may, in fact, be on drugs.
Must have been drugs, but he's sober now. Henrik Irmer off the track. Oh boy, that was a bit of a sketch rejoin. So Lakshmi entering what probably will be his final lap here. Butler maybe one more after this. Depends where the race leader is.
I believe the race leader has already completed the race and is eating 72 corn dogs.
He is not. He's got 90 seconds to go. Oh, that's a dive. That is a dive and a half by Arjun, and he was never going to hold that. Butler takes 10th place back. They're coming up to Adam Komorowski.
I applaud the tenacity.
I applaud the effort, but it was never going to happen. Side by side, Lakshmi versus Butler. Why are we going to Michael Magus right now?
Because he is very attractive.
I mean, he is an attractive son of a gun who is catching up to Jaime Fordham, but there's way more interesting stuff. Pedro Magalesh off at Canada Corner.
Del Mago Maga, he very muy caliente.
Muy caliente. Andrew D. still running in second place. Has actually closed the gap to 1.7 seconds to Jesus Huerta. So it looks like Jesus is kind of taking it easy right now. Maybe a little bit too early for that. Maybe some fuel issues. Don't know. Arjun Lakshmi running in 11th place. Slow down penalty for Max Simmons. That's a big deal because he is fighting. Oh, he's not really fighting with Cash Chuck anymore. They've separated by about 4 seconds. So Andrew D coming around to finish the race. Well, not quite. He's got a ways to go. This is just carousel. So he still has Kink and Kettle Bottoms, Cannon Corner, Thunder Valley, Bill Mitchell Bend, and turn 14 to go. Oh, car off.
Boris Karloff?
That is, I don't know who that is because that's the ADAC liveried Callaway, which I think like 6 people are running. So I don't know who that is. I do know their car is kind of fucked right now. Oh, D is getting so close. There has to be a problem for Jesus Huerta. There has to be a fuel issue.
It doesn't have to be.
But he comes across the line to win here at Road America, his 3rd consecutive win. Andrew D, 2nd place. I'm going to check out the race app real quick here and see... How fast were the laps in the closing stages for Huerta? Because I suspect he had a fuel problem.
Well, like too much of it.
Too little of it.
What? How could that possibly happen?
Wrong calculations. Ask someone who runs out of fuel. Oh. Throwing shade at Paul Riccobeni.
I have never run out of fuel myself.
Looking at you, Paul.
Paulito? Naya.
What's even worse is I gave Paul, the race that Paul ran out of fuel, I gave him fuel numbers. He ignored them and then ran out of fuel. Huerta was not that slow towards the end. He was running 2:03s, which are respectable lap times. They're slower than what he could do. For comparison purposes, Andrew D was running 2:01, so he was catching him at about 2 seconds a lap for a long time there. So maybe a fuel issue. I don't know. Please comment down below, Mr. Jesus Huerta, or if someone can translate to Spanish. We'd like to know why that gap closed so much. Because I had called the race more or less for him with like 10 minutes to go. And at the end, they wound up nose to tail. This celebration happens at turn 1. It's a good thing the car is ghost. Looks like one of the GTEs did run out of gas and it's like stationary at the side of the track. I wonder if that's Huerta. Jesus Huerta, Andrew D, Gaston Lecurzi, Pedro Maglash, Bertrand Barrier, Kerry Arnaud, Tobias TH, Aaron Racer, Roman Barthez, James Butler, Arjun Lakshmi, Max Simmons, and Magic Kazchuk are your 13 finishers in the GTE category. In the GT3 category, it is Ariel Zatoni, your winner, ahead of Josiah Jerome and Rene Ermer. Top 5 rounded up by Martin Edmonds and Adam Komarowski. David Feit is in 6th place, followed by Delgado, Gonzalez, Steve Davidson, and Jaime Fordham in 10th place. Michael Magus takes home 11th, ahead of Vic Vega. Gabriel Cantonati gets a 90-second penalty for not serving a pit stop, dropping him to 13th, ahead of Henrik Ermer, and everybody else is out. Championship standings. Here we go. Jesus Huerta is a perfect 3 for 3, leading the way, although he did not get the fastest lap today. So he got robbed of 2 points there. He leads by 5 points over GT3 leader Josiah Jerome. Hang on, let me just break this down into like the categories here. So GTE, Huerta leading the way from Pedro Magalash, Gaston Lecurzi, Tobias TH, and Andrew D. All of which have had a podium so far this season. 2 podiums for Magalesh. And in the GT3 category, Josiah Jerome finished 2nd today. Was beaten for the first time, but he is still championship leader, leading the way from Jaime Fordham, Rene Ermer, Gabriel Cantonati, and Ariel Zatoni. Byron, do you have any final thoughts?
Up until right now, I had no idea you got points for handing out the fastest lap.
Fastest lap. We're going to Slovakia ring next. Join us then.